Have you ever wondered if the foods you've loved for years might be turning against you? Maybe your joints ache more after dinner, or you're dragging through the day for no clear reason. If you're over 50, you're not alone, and you're not imagining it. I'm Dr. Laura Bennett, a nutritionist who spent 20 years digging into how food changes us as we age, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's step into Grandma Rose's kitchen. She's 68 from Sacramento, and her story might just shift how you see your plate. This isn't about banning your favorites. It's about rethinking them to keep you strong and thriving. Today, I'll walk you through 10 foods Rose had to reconsider. Ones that could be stressing your kidneys, spiking your sugar, or flaring your joints. Her journey's full of surprises, and the tips could change your health game. If this hits home, drop a comment with your thoughts, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe. Hit that bell so we can keep uncovering what keeps us well. Let's head to Rose's stove and get started. Let's begin with Rose stirring a pot in her Sacramento kitchen, steam curling up, the earthy scent of peas and carrots drifting through her small, sunlit space. At 68, she's the heart of her family's meals. Her backyard garden's a point of pride, rows of greens she's tended since her kids were small. Lately, though, something's off. Her hands ache after chopping, an arthritis twinge she blames on damp mornings. By afternoon, her energy dips, leaving her slumped over tea. Just getting old, she tells herself, stirring those peas, until her doctor calls with the curveball, high uric acid levels in her latest blood work. I sit her down at that worn oak table, pot still simmering, and say, "Rose, those peas you love might not love you back anymore." Peas seem like the perfect bite, small, vibrant, packed with protein, fiber, vitamins A and C. She's tossed them into casseroles, soups, even her grandkids' mac and cheese for decades. But after 50, your body shifts. Insulin sensitivity fades, digestion slows, joints get fussier, and peas start playing a different game. Their sugars break down fast, a high glycemic load that spikes blood glucose more than you'd expect from a green veggie. Rose felt it, those mid-afternoon crashes, a foggy tiredness she couldn't shake. Then there's the purines, compounds that turn into uric acid in your system. For Rose, that meant sharp twinges in her knuckles and toes, early whispers of gout she'd dismissed as weather pains. Worse, her kidneys were working overtime to clear it. Uric acid can crystallize into stones, a risk that climbs with age. And the bloating, lectins, and resistant starches in peas don't break down easily. Her gut fermented them into gas, leaving her bloated for hours after supper. She stares at the pot, spoon paused. "But they're healthy," she protests. I nod. "They were once. Now they're taxing you." We start small, cut peas from every meal to once a week, swap in zucchini for that gentle fiber, no sugar jolt. A month later, Rose notices less fog, fewer twinges. Ever feel heavy after a cozy dish? Those peas might be quietly weighing you down. Less could lighten your step. Rose sets the pot aside, a little lighter already, but as she reaches for her garden basket, I spot asparagus spears peeking out. She's proud of those tender stalks, snapping them fresh each spring, grilling them with a drizzle of oil for Sunday dinners. But her knees have been stiffer, her mouth drier than usual, and I wonder if those spears are part of the puzzle. "Rose," I say, picking one up, "this might be stressing you more than you think." Asparagus is a darling, antioxidants, folate, vitamins E and K, a heart-healthy pick doctors love. She'd tell her bridge club it kept her young, but after 50, its hidden edges show. Like peas, it's loaded with purines, more uric acid piling into her joints, fueling that arthritis she'd chalked up to Sacramento's chill. Her doctor's warning about kidney strain starts making sense. Uric acid's a slow burn, and her twinges aren't just old age. Then there's the diuretic twist. It pushes fluids out fast, a detox perk when you're 30. But Rose's body holds less water now. Her thirst signal's weaker, a common shift past 50. She's dehydrating without noticing, dry lips, dizzy spells, muscle cramps creeping in. Those kidneys already filtering harder feel the squeeze. Overworked, they falter under constant flushing. I thought it was cleansing me, she says, brow furrowed. It is, I reply, but too much. She cuts back, grills it monthly, not weekly, sips water alongside. 2 weeks in, her knees ease, her head clears. Notice a dry spell or stiffness lately. Asparagus might be overdoing it. Trim it down, hydrate up. Rose adjusts her garden haul, asparagus sidelined, but as she pulls corn from the cob for fritters, I catch a flicker of fatigue in her eyes. She's frying up a batch, golden and crisp, a recipe her mom passed down. Summers meant fritters on the porch, kids licking honey off their fingers. Corn's my comfort, she grins, flipping one. But her blood sugar's been erratic, her stomach unsettled after meals, and I lean over the counter. Rose, this comfort might be costing you. Corn's everywhere, cobs, popcorn, tortillas, touted for fiber, magnesium, B vitamins. She'd grind it into cornbread too, proud of its hearty bite, but digestion shifts with age. Cellulose in corn shell resists breaking down, piling up in her gut. She'd laugh off the bloating, the cramps. Just a big meal, she'd say. It's more than that. Corn's high glycemic index hits like a sugar bomb, spiking her levels fast. After fritters, she'd nap, energy crashing hard, a diabetes red flag at 68. Omega-6 fatty acids add fuel. Too much stokes inflammation, her knees and hips groaning louder. And most corn's GMO now. Glyphosate traces linger, a kidney whisper she can't ignore. But it's natural, she argues. Spatula down. It was, I say. Now it's a load. She tries quinoa. Same warmth, no jolt. A month later, her sugar steadies. Gut quiets. Feel sluggish after corn. It might be spiking you. Swap a bite. See the shift. Rose's fritters take a break. Her energy steadier. But as she stirs mushroom stew, I smell earthy richness and spot a new rash on her wrist. She ladles it out. This keeps my brain sharp, she boasts, citing antioxidants and B vitamins. Her grandkids beg for seconds, but her fatigue's deeper, her skin itchier, and I peer into the pot. Rose, these might be hiding more than flavor. Mushrooms are stars, immunity boosts, fiber, brain support. She'd saute buttons and creminies weekly, a cozy ritual, but they're sponges, sucking up lead, cadmium from soil, a slow kidney tax. Agarotine in those buttons worries me. Some studies hint at cancer risks, raw or not. And that rash? Fungal proteins spark allergies. Her nose runs, stomach twists after stew. I thought it was the weather, she murmurs. Maybe not, I say. We switch to cooked. Organic shiitakes, less load. 3 weeks on, her skin calms, energy lifts. Itchy or tired after mushrooms. They might be overloading. Cook them safe, source them clean. Rose's stew simmers safer now, but as she unwraps cabbage rolls, I notice her hands trembling, her breath shallow. She stuffed these for years, vitamin C, fiber, a digestion champ from her Polish roots. Keeps me full, she nods, slicing more. But her thyroid sluggish, cold fingers, foggy days, and I pause her knife. Rose, this might be slowing you more. Cabbages cruciferous, goitrogens block iodine, tanking her thyroid hormones. At 68, that's fatigue, weight creep, a haze she blamed on age. Raffinose ferments, gas and cramps hit her IBS hard. Hours of discomfort she'd shrug off. I love these rolls, she sighs. Let's tweak them, I say. Ferment into sauerkraut, probiotics easing the blow. Cooked, it softens too. 2 weeks later, her hands warm, gut settles. Foggy or bloated after cabbage. Ferment or steam, your thyroid might perk up. Rose's rolls evolve, her breath easier, but as she layers eggplant parmesan, I see her wince, rubbing her wrists. She bakes it weekly, low-cal, Mediterranean flair, cheese bubbling gold. It's light, she insists, but her joints flare, and I slide the dish aside. Rose, this might be heavier than you think. Eggplant's a nightshade, solanine stokes inflammation, her arthritis barking louder. Oxalates pile up, kidney stone risks climb, a shadow on her scans. That tough skin churns her stomach, bloating she'd ignored. She peels it, roasts it rare, zucchini takes over. Less pain, she marvels, wrists quieter. Joints throb after dinner. Eggplant could be the spark. Peel it back, sub it out. Rose's parmesan shifts, pain fading, but as she whips mashed potatoes, I catch her yawn, sugar test in hand. She mashes them smooth, comfort from her farm days, butter melting in. Warms my soul, she smiles. But her glucose spikes, energy plummets. Rose, this soul food's a bomb. Potatoes' high GI floods her blood fast. Fatigue, diabetes nudges. Fried acrylamide creeps in, joint inflammation spikes. Kidneys strain under the load. She swaps for sweet potatoes. Fiber slows it. Antioxidants glow. Still warm, she grins, crash-free, slump after spuds. Sweeten the switch, your sugar steadies. Rose's mash mellows, her day brighter. But as she tosses spinach salad, I see her wince at a kidney twinge. She piles it high, iron, vitamin K, brain fuel from her juicing phase. Keeps me sharp, she says. But oxalates bind calcium, stones loom, bones thin. My smoothies, she groans. I nod. Too much. We boil it, pair with yogurt, oxalates fade, stones or weak bones. Spinach needs balance, less raw, more care. Rose's marshmallows, her day brighter, but as she tosses spinach salad, I see her wince at a kidney twinge. She piles it high, iron, vitamin K, brain fuel from her juicing phase. Keeps me sharp, she says. But oxalates bind calcium, stones loom, bones thin. My smoothies, she groans. I nod. Too much. We boil it, pair with yogurt. Oxalates fade, stones or weak bones. Spinach needs balance, less raw, more care. Rose's salad softens, her kidneys calmer. But as she bakes kale chips, I spot her yawn, thyroid labs in mind. She crunches them, calcium, antioxidants, a health buzz. Trendy and good, she winks. But oxalates stack again, goitrogens slow her thyroid, fatigue deepens, steamed, it gentles. Still tasty, she nods. Sluggish after kale. Cook it down, your energy rises. Rose's chips adjust, her spark back, but as she stirs bell peppers, I hear her groan, joints stiff. She tosses them bright, vitamin C, flavor pop, but tough skins bloat, solanine flares, nightshade strikes. Roasted, peeled, they ease. Less fight, she says. Joints or gut grumble, peppers need a tweak, peel and lighten. Rose, 68, reshaped her Sacramento kitchen. Not banning, just rethinking. Peas to peppers, she cut strain on her kidneys, joints, and gut. Energy's back, hands steadier. This isn't fear, it's tuning in after 50. Which hit you? Feel off after corn or kale. Tell me below, your story might help someone. Like this, share it, subscribe. Let's keep thriving together. I'm Doctor. Laura, here's to aging strong. See you soon.